Hello students, welcome to Madhavi Children Academy. So students, the last time we have discussed that the physical properties of the metal, and we are already discussed the four physical property. Right students, in the lecture number 3 we are discussing the further the few physical property. Let's see one by one students. So last time we have discussed the malleable property, ductility property, good conductor of heat, good conductor of electricity. Right, all these things we are already discussed, students. So today, the one of the important topic we are discussing here the metal lustrous nature, metal sonorous, strong, hard, solid, melting point, boiling point, and their density. Right, students. So let's check, students, one by one. The metal is the lustrous in nature. What are the metal is there, students? The lustrous means the shining. What are the metal is there? The metals are the shine. It shine like this. For example, gold, it will shine, and the silver, it will shine, the aluminum, it will shine. It means the every metal, the most probably they will the exhibiting the brightness. That brightness we called as a lustrous. Right, students? So what is lustrous? Define here the property of the metal shiny surface called as lustrous or metallic luster. Whatever the metal is there, the metals which exhibiting the brightness, the full of brightness exhibiting, that we called as a lustrous or metallic luster. Right, students? Example, gold, silver, copper can be polished. It gives the shiny appearance. Right? I think you have seen your house. The I think you have seen your gold shop, students. Gold, all the gold ornaments are shining. They're exhibiting the brightness. Why it happened? Why it happened? Because the metal, they're existing the lustrous nature. That is shiny nature, right? So the why we are giving the why we are giving the why we are the giving our gold ornament for the lustering purpose or shining purpose, because when we are using the gold ornaments like the bracelet or the rings, gold rings or other rings we are using here, then what happen, that is exposed to atmospheric air. The gold is the gold ornament which is exposed to, I think this is the gold ring, this is exposed to atmospheric air. Atmosphere in which oxygen, carbonate, sulfite, these all are interact with the gold metals. These all are interact with the gold metals. When they are interact with the gold metals, they are make a kind of chemical bond with gold. This oxygen make chemical bond with gold, carbonate make chemical bond with gold, sulfide make chemical bond with gold. So that's why when they are make these carbonate, oxygen, sulfates, when they are make bond with the gold ornaments or any other metal ornament, then what happened, the color of the metal is going to be dull, or you may say fade, going to be fade, right? So that's why we are the it lost its shine and brightness. So that's why it is. When students, what happen, when we are using the gold ornament, any gold ornament we are using here, any gold ornament, the gold ornaments are react with the oxygen, it make kind of chemical bond. When it make kind of chemical bond, the color of the gold is going to be fade. Fade means it dull, its color becomes dull, or the gold, if it react with the atmospheric carbon dioxide, then also its color dull, or it react with the atmospheric sulfide, then also its color going to be dull. So these chemicals, oxygen, carbonate, sulfate, all the chemicals make a kind of chemical bond with the gold or some other metals. So that's why the brightness of this gold goes on decreases. Brightness of gold goes on decreases. So that's why to improve the brightness, what we have to do, we are hand over our gold instrument to the gold merchant. Then gold merchants, what he do, he polished the dull metal with petrol, sandpaper, aqua regia. Aqua regia means, students, the mixture of concentrated H2SO4 and HCl. This is aqua regia. When he rubbed the gold ornament with either with petrol or with the sandpaper or aqua regia, then after rubbing this one, after rubbing with these things, again gold are started to be improving the brightness. It appears as a bright. It giving the lustrous or shiny property. Right, students? So metals, metal, students, the metal is the sonorous in nature. The property of the metal being producing the deep or ringing sound, right? That is we call as a sonorous in nature. The property of the metal giving deep or ringing sound. When you use the two metal, iron metal, when you struck with each other, then what happens, student? When you struck with each other, it emitting the kind of ringing sound. It emitting ringing sound. That ringing sound we called as a sonorous in nature. Right, students? So why the sonorous sound is appears? Because metal strike with object, metal, any metal strike with any object, electron bonding in metal are delocalized, right? Like this, students. When this is the metal in which the electrons are exist here, the metal electrons are exist here, electrons. When it strike, it is the corresponding place of the electrons. When it is strike with the any object, then what happened? Electrons changing their positions. Electrons are changing their position. While electrons are traveling one place to another place, it emitting the kind of ringing sound. Right, students? Understood? So that's why whenever the metal are struck with each other, they are emitting the ringing sound, students. The next property, metals are solid, hard and rigid. How do we know that the many metals are the solid in nature? Many metals are solid in nature, right? Only gallium and cesium, these two metals are exist in a liquid form. That's right. The gallium and cesium, only these two metals which are exist in liquid form, students. Only two metal, and remaining all are exist in a solid form. So metals are hard and strong. Why metal hard and strong? Because the metals are strong and hard because the atomic bonding is strong here. Or metallic atom strongly bonded the piece of iron. Metallic atom is strongly bonded in a piece of iron. Piece of iron, copper, aluminum, silver. The metal cannot be cut by knife. Right. Like this, students. This is the metal. This is the iron metal. In this iron metal, the iron atoms are present here. One iron atom strongly bonded with the next iron atom. Look at here. There is no gap is exist here. No gap means they are strongly bonded with each other. Strongly bonded means the both are strong attraction exist here. Right. Similarly, second iron bonding with the third iron. Here are strongly bonded. So that's why, so like this, the iron, copper, aluminum, silver, these metals cannot cut by knife. If you want to try to cut this iron piece by knife, we can't cut because they are strongly bonded here. Right, students? Like this. Look at here students, the all are the metal atom. Either you may use here the iron, or you may use here the copper, or you may use here the silver, or you may use here the aluminum. Anyone. They are strongly bonded here, strongly bonded due to the strong bonding. Due to the strong bonding, they cannot be cut by knife. Right, students? But some metals like sodium and the potassium are very soft. They are not hard, they are soft. Why these are soft? Because metallic bonding is not strong as the other atom have. What are the metallic bonding is there here? In the last case you see, this is the strong metallic bonding. One metal atom with the next metal atom, strong bonding is present here. Yes, strong bonding, strong bonding, strong bonding is present. But in case of sodium, the sodium atom and the next sodium atom, look at here students, there is a gap is exist here. Due to this gap, the atoms are not strongly bonded with each other. It means they are weakly bonded with each other. There is no strong, right? Metallic bonding is not strong. Here the metallic bonding is weak. This is the metallic bonding weak. That's right. Due to the weak bonding, the one sodium atom weakly held with the second sodium atom. So that's why it is easily cut by knife, and it is soft in nature. Right, students? The sodium and potassium are very weakly bonding with each other. So because the distance exists between the sodium potassium and the soft in nature, and that's why it is easily cut by knife because of weak bonding. Right, students? Look at here the look at here students. Have you seen the previous structure? The previous structure, the iron atom, between the iron atom bonding is strong. Between the copper atom bonding is strong. Between the aluminum atom bonding is strong. But here there is a gap is exist here. This gap means one sodium atom and the next sodium atom, between them attraction is weak or bonding is weak. Bonding weak means they are very soft in nature. That is easily cut by knife. It is easily cut by knife. Restaurants, and it is easily breakable. Look at here, all the structure. There is a gap is exist here. There is gap is exist here. So that's why it is between the sodium. There is a weak bonding is present here. That's why it is easily cut by knife, and it is soft in nature. Right, students? So metal have a high melting point, high boiling point, and high density. Right. What is melting point? The specific temperature metal turns into liquid form called as melting point. Specific temperature metal turns into liquid form called as melting point. Right. And what is boiling point, students? I'm going to ask you question. What is boiling point? You have to write on the write the answer. Right. Okay. Most of the metal is strong, hard, because atomic bonding is strong. Already we have discussed, students. And the metallic is strong bonding, and due to the strong bonding it have a high strength. If bonding is strong between the metal atom, bonding is strong. Iron metal atom bonding is strong. Bonding strong means the strength is high between the first and second atom. Strength is high. If strength is high means they are turns into liquid form to require high energy. High energy require means it boil at, it turns into solid. Solid turns into liquid to require the high temperature. Right, students? Therefore, iron, copper, aluminum, silver metal have a high melting point and high boiling point. The only this reason, students, very easy it is. The between the metal atom, the bonding is very strong. Due to the strong bonding, the it having the high strength. Due to the high strength, its melting point is high. Right, students? Example: iron melting point is 1535. Iron heated turns into liquid form at this temperature. Right, students? Copper melting point is 1083. Because different metals, different kind of attraction is present, different types of the different types of the atomic bonding exist, so that's why different their melting point. Right students, look at here students, look at here how metallic bonding, the metal atom, one metal atom, next metal atom, the strong bonding is present here. Strong bonding, they are bunchly strongly bonded with each other, so that's why the metal except of sodium and the potassium, all the other metals having the high melting point and high boiling point. Right students, but in case of sodium, potassium are very soft. Already we know that why they're soft, because the atomic bonding is weak. If atomic bonding is weak, so that's why the metals are more easily melt, because bonding is not so strong. Sodium potassium, sodium and potassium metal atom are weakly held with each other. Sodium atom, next sodium atom, between them attraction is very weak. It's a weak attraction, they are weakly held with each other, so that's why the between them distance exists here, law of the distance exists here. Due to this distance, they are more easily melt and they are soft in nature. The sodium is very low melting point student, 98 degree, potassium melting point 64 degree, gallium 30, and the cesium 28. Right students, and the next is the density. Density means students, the density means mass occupied by the volume. Mass occupied by the volume called as density, or you may short form it written as a formula, mass by volume. Right students, okay, how to find the density students? Look at here, if you are using the any substance, 1 gram of iron you are using here, 1 gram of iron, you know that the mass, you want to calculate the volume and density also. Then what happens students, in a beaker you may use water. In this water you may add this 1 gram of iron. Then what happens students, the beaker in which water rises, when you are adding the 1 gram of iron here, water rises here, water level rises. Initially water level is less, here water level is high. It means this is the volume, whatever the volume is exist here, this is the volume, this volume divided with this mass, then you got the density students. Right, so metal having the strong bonding, those metal which having the strong bonding like this iron, strong bonding have a high density. The strong bonding metal have a high density, and the weak bonding metal have a low density. Right students, because the strong bonding is present means there is no volume here, there is no space here. Weak bonding is present means sodium, weak bonding means there is a large volume here, volume is large, density is less. Right students, volume is less, density is high. Right students, so sodium potassium having the very low density, and the rest of other metal having the high density. Right students, okay students, this is about the today topics. If find any doubt, then ask me students. Thank you so much.